Hey guys, good afternoon. This is JW with Rush Truck Centers, Pueblo, Colorado. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Peterbilt Co. I wanted to highlight this truck. We just got it out of the body shop and it is all set up and ready for sale. This one here is pretty awesome. So what we have here is a Peterbilt 337 model year 2019. And it is running a 300 horse PACCAR engine, and I'm going to go into detail about the body because I've been driving this thing around all day, showing it to people, and they asked me to get very specific on what the body details are. So I'm going to go over the chassis real quick and then we'll get into that. This one's running an Allison Transmission. This is a 33,000 GVW truck. Drum front brakes. So we did bullet style running lights. Air horns on top. I get asked a lot about the difference between the PACCAR and the Cummins, and the difference being in this truck, it's the 7 and 9 liter PACCARs, the PX7 and PX9s are essentially Cummins engines with a PACCAR valve cover. So if you want to know the difference, there's the valve cover. That's the difference. Close the hood. This truck is set up with a 50-gallon tank, small diff tank. That way we'd have the proper clearances between the cab. One of the things that Mike Adams, my buddy up in Denver, did when he spec'd this truck is he made it real nice. He put this grab handle on here, and I didn't realize how convenient it was until today, since I've been in and out of this truck all day. So again, we got an Allison transmission on this truck. And they set it up with spare switches. They set it up so that the customer can put their strobes where they wish on the body or on the roof of the truck. Additional spare switches. This one does have an exhaust brake. I sometimes get asked why we put the classic gauges in here, this classic gauge cluster. You know, each one is individual, and you know the philosophy behind that is that you'll have to just change one gauge if you have something break, as opposed to a whole gauge cluster. So I mean, it's just one of the reasons we stick with that classic styling on this style of truck. And this cab, you know, this is a very, very common, very, very well built cab. Well, this truck is running air ride suspension, and if you noticed in the picture when I first started how short the wheelbase was, this thing is like riding on a marshmallow. It is awesome. So you know, if you're going to put an operator in here, he can be in there all day long without having any problems, and I can attest to that for sure. So okay, so this is an IMT Dominator 2 body. We got these things for a really good price, so we decided to go ahead and body the truck up and get it going. And so I'm just going to go through each compartment quickly. Now this one here is running the 150 psi IMT compressor, hydraulically driven, which is nice. It's very quiet. You can flip it on and off from the remote, which I'll get into a little bit later. So you can see truck's at a little bit of an angle, so the drawers want to close. So this one is set up, and sorry if the wind noise is pretty bad. It's starting to pick up a little bit here, but you got a couple sets of switches here to turn on your lights for your cabinets and everything. Now the only difference between this and the brand new IMT bodies is they put LEDs in here. So you have all your switches and everything, which is really nice. Very handy. do recommend, if you guys are big fans of these IMT bodies, give me a call as soon as possible, because IMT currently, as of May 2018, is over 42 weeks out in production. So you will not see a body, if you ordered one right now, until 2019. See, IMT's running these hinges here. They're replaceable stainless hinges, very good quality hinges. You can see we did the fender lip on this one. Go back to our back compartment. Again, there's wiring and room to be able to put your strokes out here on the back if you need to. But the wiring is on the back of the chassis, on the back of the cab, I'm sorry. So, you can see here, it's all the way through. This truck has universal locks, rear floodlights, very nice step bumpers. Extremely well built. No slip grip. And I'll get up here in the back so you can see. They got the heavy duty tie downs. You know, the nice part about this, and I've done this on another service truck, is if you want to make this a full lube truck, since this is a 33,000 GVW truck, you could buy a Sage oil vac system or something. Is all you have to do is just put some minor plumbing and wiring in here, and you'll have a full lube truck. And if you don't want to have it as a lube truck and just have it as a service truck, you just take a forklift and slide that lube system right out of there. Your air hose. Extendable vice mount. Again, you got your pass-through, your auto lock. Now we're gonna, I'm not sure if we're gonna put a dual leveling valve on here, but if we do, we're gonna be able to rate the crane a little bit higher. So what we have is a IMT crane, 10,000 pound capacity. Of course, you know, at full reach with this truck and any other truck, you're not gonna get that, but you can see the ratings, the rating zones here. And again, if we put the dual leveling valve on there, we should be able to do a little bit more. So here's all your controls. And then you have your wireless remote. So the great thing about this wireless remote is if you look on here on the right, you can actually stop and start the engine on the truck, which is a very nice feature. And then in the middle one is where you actually activate the remote. And this remote is operated when you're running your boom controls with a dead man, so you got to hold that down. But your joysticks, which are right here, are variable position switches, so you can actually multifunction your crane. It's a little bit slower, but you can do it. It is a very nice feature, but you can really creep that crane out there and make some real fine touches with it. Okay, and then right here you flip your air compressor on, air compressor off. You don't need to switch your RPM to high and low because it already has enough torque. Okay. Again, you know, here's just another set of all your controls for your stabilizers. All the capacities. An extra pigtail just in case your remote batteries die. It's pretty much the same as the other side here. The other thing that Mike did on this truck that was really awesome and how he spec'd it is he put that stubby exhaust on there. It looks cool, and it is real easy to clear the crane over it. And I've had that crane up in the air a few times today. Now IMT has always been the standard, one of the standard boxes that everybody loves to have. And you got your oxyacetylene boxes here. You can actually put the tall bottles in there if you need to, I believe. Lots of room for extra shelves. One of the things I didn't talk about, I don't know if I talked about it earlier in my video, is we put the battery boxes under the passenger seat in this truck, so they're sealed under the passenger seat. But if you need to run your battery disconnects, battery disconnects are right here by the driver's floorboard. Nice flat floor, very roomy. I actually really enjoyed driving this truck around today. But hey guys, if you have any questions, again, my name is JW. Call or text me on this truck if you have. I'm telling you, this one's a really good deal and it's going to go fast. My number is 970-518-5520. If you'd like, please subscribe. Just click on the orange truck in the bottom right hand corner of the screen, and I'd love to hear your comments. And again, we can customize this truck. Even though it's kind of a blank palette right now, we'd love to make it, special to what you need. Thanks again, and we'll talk soon.